Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Hakuna La Planta. My name is Kevin and today is a propagation video. The plant that I will be showcasing here is my Philodendron Micans. So close to 3 months ago, I put up a video titled How to Propagate Pothos and Trailing Philodendron. But also if you haven't, I will be putting some clips from that video just as the initial chop. So 2-month mark and then 2 weeks later, because I want to show you a little bit of a situation I had with one of them. She's in this box right now, this one right here. You could see her. She's still happy, but like she had a situation. But it's okay, we still love her. We all have our issues, right? So before I start this video, if you like these kind of videos and you like my content, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram if you want updates on my collection. So if you have already watched the How to Propagate Pothos and Trailing Philodendron video, I will put a timestamp here, basically where to skip to. And for those who haven't seen it, I'll put a few short clips of the initial chop. This was roughly 3 months ago, and roll the tape. So let me introduce you to the plant that I'm gonna chop. This is the Philodendron. Oh my god, it just got caught on something. I thought it broke. This is the Philodendron Micans. In this video, I'm going to show you how to propagate by single leaf cuttings. For those that aren't getting me when I'm saying single leaf cuttings, I just mean that instead of cutting this vine and rooting this entire vine in soil or in LECA and passive hydroponics, I would take this vine and I would chop it I would chop it into, I don't even know what I was saying. Instead of taking this entire vine and cutting it and rooting it into soil, I would take this vine, cut it in between the nodes or the leaves, and I would root them individually. What this does is basically it gives you more plants, and in time it does give you a fuller plant. Okay, so I don't know if you could see it, but let me flip this over. This part of the plant is referred as the node, and you could see that there are aerial roots just coming out. So essentially in this method, you would chop over here where this finger is, and over here, leaving the leaf and the node / aerial roots, and then you would just throw it into either water, LECA and passive hydroponics, or soil. So I guess the first tip I would tell you guys, once you have your vine, I know I said that we would make a cut at the a few centimeters or below the node here, but I would not recommend cutting over here. Oh my god, I was like pointing at nothing. I would not recommend cutting over here, and that's because although you could see roots over here, the survival rate of this cutting, if you cut it right here, is extremely low. Don't ask me why. So I would generally recommend going down one to this leaf, and I would cut essentially here. Like I said, not at this node over here. We're going over here. And we're just gonna make one clean cut, 3, 2, 1. Then essentially you would just continue down the vine. This space over here between the leaves, that's called the internodal spacing. You don't necessarily need this, so you can chop that off as well. Again, just ensure you are keeping a little bit, like a few centimeters above and below the node. So again, right over here. Ow! Just stabbed my face. Okay, so I did one vine. To show you guys again, I'm gonna take another vine and I'm just gonna do the same exact thing. Again, although we see nice juicy aerial roots here, I'm going to go to the one right below it and make a chop here. Third vine over here, cutting right below it, 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, so you could see it's still a cute plant. I did leave a few leaves. I guess I'll show you the massacre. Oh my god, look at all these babies. So by far the easiest method is just propagating in water. And you would just throw these cuttings in water. You would wait until you have a substantial root system. At that point, when these roots have grown quite a bit, then you would transfer them to a soil medium, or in my case, I like to use LECA and passive hydroponics. So that's actually what I'm going to do with these cuttings. So another tip I want to share with you guys, and this isn't specific again to pothos or philodendrons, because you've essentially wounded your plant where you've cut over here, a lot of people say to leave it to the side for these wounds essentially to callus over, and therefore the odds of those ends rotting is reduced quite a bit. And personally, I don't do that. I tend to just throw them into either water or a soil medium, and they tend to be okay, at least in my care. So I showed you the method with water. I'll show you the passive hydroponic route. And essentially this method would be the same with soil. So I guess I'll show it to you. So you grab your LECA, your catcher pot, your net pot, and your nutrient solution. I have it already made. And you would just take in your cuttings and filling up the pot just 2/3 up. And you would just kind of throw them in. Because I want a fuller plant, I'm probably going to put almost all of them in this pot. But again, do it to your liking. I'm also factoring in that maybe 1/3 of these won't survive. I guess I have to do 2 pots, but anyhow. You would then just put the LECA around the pot here. Okay guys, and there you have it. Obviously you're gonna have to be a little patient when it comes to how fast this will grow, but I promise you, if you saw the plant in the beginning of the video, I just burped, I'm sorry. You could see that it is a full plant and that you're just gonna have to be a little patient. One thing I forgot to mention is that when you propagate in just water, make sure you change that water every few days. I generally change the water every 2 to 3 days, but you could probably get away with doing it less frequently, like maybe 4 to 6 days. A few other things that are key for these cuttings to succeed in this propagation process: you need to keep this in a place where they get adequate light. And when I say light, I mean either a grow light or sunlight. The second thing is making sure it is in a warm environment. Roots don't tend to develop when it's really cold, and so you definitely need to keep these in a place where it's not frigid. Okay guys, so it's been 2 months since I propagated my Philodendron Micans, and I guess I'll show you the progress. There's not a lot to show, but I guess I'll show you the first pot here. So the plant's still alive. You can see there are some crunchy, and I mean crunchy, can y'all hear that? That is crunchy. But yeah, there are some crunchy leaves over here, and I guess at this point, I'll take them out. So just pull them. Yep, that's gone. 1, 2. Yeah, the other ones are like not coming out, so I'm just gonna leave it. But you could see that there is new growth here. These cute leaves. And then over here, these cute leaves. And then also here, right over here. It's hard to show you guys, but there is new growth. Like that's one over there. And I guess that's all I could show you because it's hard. They're like deep in the LECA. And let's see, are there any roots? Yes, there are. So you could see right over here, healthy roots coming out of the net pot. So that's the first one. I'll show you the second one, very similar to the last. So here she is in all her glory, and like the other one, there are leaves that are dying, and when I tug it, it's still not like coming off easily, so I'm just gonna leave it. But again, new growth with the small leaves here. This is new as well. This one over here is new. In the propagation video that I posted of this plant, I did talk about a like random vine that broke off and then just threw it into LECA. And so I'll show you guys that one too. She's still alive. Look at this long thing just waving. But yeah, I mean, she's alive and thriving, and same as the other ones. There's a new growth point there. There's a new growth point there. And yeah, I mean, she's good. She's thriving. She looks cute, and I'm happy. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the roots if they have any. So you could see, can you see? There's like one popping out over there in front of my eye. And let's look at the smaller one. Yeah, the roots look good. But anyhow, this was the 2-month update. I will probably do another update in a month. Okay guys, so we're back in the present day. It is January 24th, and before I show you guys what the plants look like now, I want to address something that happened 2 to 3 weeks ago. So I think it was New Year's Day. On one of the plants, I found thrips. And thrips are known for being very sneaky, and they hide, and you don't know it until you just all of a sudden see them. And so here's a video, a little up close, of some thrip babies just frolicking on my Philodendron Micans. And I mean, I checked the other plants, they looked fine, and it was just this one, y'all. It was just her. So since that point, I did introduce beneficial insects. I usually gravitate towards Aureus insidious. So, I mean, I did that 2 to 3 weeks ago. I think she's fine. I think I'm just paranoid, so I'm gonna keep her in there for a bit longer, but I guess I'll bring you to the box. We'll just lift the lid a little bit. So, let me just... So this is one of the propagations here. So she looks like she's doing great. There was some thrip damage. I removed one, I think, 1 or 2 cuttings, and I don't want to bring it out, but she again looks healthy. You could see here there's some new growth, and then down there there were two other long ones, but like I said, I had to remove them because those ones were the ones that were kind of infested with thrips. But yeah, the plant looks happy, and aside from our little issue here, she looks great. Put y'all back up on the counter here. Okay, so let's actually start out with the mother plant. So here she is, guys. She's so cute. Let me hide so it focuses on the plant, but like, she's like the cutest thing ever. So with the mother plant, there wasn't really a pattern in regards to where the new growth was stemming out from. Like I'll show you this one, and hopefully you guys can see, but I made a cut over here where my pointer finger is. The new growth stemmed from the node right below it. Oh gosh, this is hard. So I cut here, that's where the growth was come in, and the new growth stemmed from the node right below it. So you could see this new leaf, it looks gorgeous in a new growth. But I did find in a lot of cases that they stemmed from like beneath the LECA. So again, plants are living things. They will do whatever the hell they want. And yeah, I'm just like, I think this is, because the leaves are smaller, they look really cute. And like, I can't wait for this to like grow even more. So again, this is the mother plant. She's so cute. Hello. Okay, and then this is the second propagation here. And yeah, again, the leaves, the new leaves are smaller, and that's because of the root system is not mature yet, so, and the plant's not mature yet, so it has to start out somewhere, right? So these are the cute little leaves from the mother plant. There's actually a big one here. That one's a good size. This one right here. And yeah, this one, I know it might not look like much, but there's a lot happening like below the surface. Like, this new growth over here. There's more. It's just really hard to show, guys. You could see them on the surface, I promise you. Again, this is the second propagation of this plant, I guess. One last plant, let me grab it. So this one here, guys, again, is another Philodendron Micans, but this was the one where the branch broke off and I didn't mean to propagate it, but because it broke off, I propagated it. And I guess I'll plug a picture here of what she used to look like. But yeah, she's doing well. This long growth over here, it's growing this way because she's leaning against one of my walls and she's kind of climbing, but not really because it's not attaching itself, but it's kind of leaning. I don't necessarily like getting rid of old leaves like this one. I usually tend to leave them now. I know before I used to just chop them off, but the plant can use mobile nutrients from the old growth and use it for the new growth, so I now keep the leaves. I only really cut them off if there's pest damage like thrips because they can lay eggs in plant tissue and we don't like that. So just a few more things before I end the video. Once I had my cuttings in LECA, I put them under a grow light just because we don't get enough sun in the northern hemisphere during the winter. And so she lived under a grow light. Although they don't live under it anymore, I think it's very important to put them in either a very sunny area or a grow light. The second thing to facilitate root growth is I use RapidStart by General Hydroponics. It's a root enhancer, but also keeping the environment around the plant warm. I usually keep it above 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay guys, I guess that's it. If you like these kind of videos, these propagation videos, please let me know. If you have any suggestions or tips or ideas, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you've made it to the end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.